Recently, Day of Dragons released pictures from their new trailer. I gathered members of the community to find out what they thought was going on in the pictures, and this is what they had to say.
I think the bio has landed in unsuspecting territory, or he's still with his friend, because as we saw in the last video, they were diving down the waterfall, heading towards the ground. But it looks like he has an unsuspecting visitor, and hasn't realized it yet. Looks like the ASD has quite the smile, possibly a new snack.
It looks like that the acid spitter is sneaking up on the bioluminescent dragon.
Looks like your face is about to be eaten off by an acid spitter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that bamboo?
Yeah.
Because I am so down for hunting in a bamboo forest. I was kind of interested in to see a new biome potentially.
It looks like someone else got lost in the forest too. He trying to stealth, but possibly got caught in the act, trying to defend himself. But he's in unfamiliar territory, so what do you do? And look how well that ASD blends in, save for his, bright fins, of course. But it looks like there's probably going to be a face-off that's happening.
By how the acid spitter looks, it looks like that it did not expect the shadow scale. It has its front legs more well rounded up, like what a dog would do when they're not expecting something. I'm pretty sure that the acid spitter did not expect the shadow scale to be there.
The shadow scale may have actually been living there, so it was cloaked to stay hidden from other bigger predators. And then when the acid spitter walked in, it's like, no, this is my house, and has started to sort of hiss at him. So it's looking like he's about to attack because he's encroaching on the shadow scale's territory.
The acid spitter, I think, is doing the number 4 emote, which is the I give up, don't hurt me, that hurts, ouch kind of emote. The shadow scale may have already gotten a bite in, I think.
Is it just me, or do the effects of it uncloaking look better? It looks a lot more detailed in color. It seems like skins are going to be a lot more important for camouflage too.
If that's the same shadow scale, he's definitely getting around on a world tour here. But it looks like he's wandered into the Infernalravager's territory, who doesn't seem too thrilled with that. He does look like he might be winning though. He's he's leaning forward, mouth open, wings up. You never know.
It's definitely in like a desert kind of biome. I think that's going to be one of the newer biomes. I think a face-off is about to happen here. I think this is the Infernalravager's territory, and the shadow scale happens to be caught up in it.
Yeah, it might possibly be a new map involved, even if it's just for the single-player aspect of the game. I was watching one of Pancake's earlier videos with the developer a couple of days ago, actually, and it was saying that there might potentially be a new map, but it's too big for the multiplayer servers because there's a software that they need to run it, which isn't supported by their multiplayer servers. So there may be potentially a new map for single-player playthroughs, possibly.
If you look at the bottom of the Infernalravager's chin, you can see that it's about to breathe fire, and that could hint that it's engaging the battle between the two.
I wanted to mention a couple of things. One, the shadow scale looks like either a slightly updated model, or it's maybe partially on its way to eldering. I can't tell which from this angle, but it does look like the head and the back look a little different to me from usual. The other thing I wanted to mention was everything just looks really, really high res. It looks like a movie, and I just kind of want to applaud that because that I can't wait to play in something that looks like it's real, you know?
I really like how crisp it is. Like, look at the shadows and the colors; they're really defined. And looking at the clouds, they're really like detailed as well. And as we saw on the test server, it was really nice to have those dynamic clouds and all that. And I wonder if there'll be dynamic night as well. Also, it looks like lighting's going to have an effect because I'm not sure if it's the same dragon as in the last picture, but it looks slightly different colored. It looks darker. Like maybe the light's hitting it different.
Speaking movie quality, this definitely looks like a nice action shot. Look at the motion blur on the wings, for instance. But looks like we don't know if this picture is before or after the previous one. Possibly the Infernalravager wandered into somebody else's territory, is being chased out by the Flamestalkers. But definitely look on his face, and the banking is like, oh no. But the Flamestalker, yeah, he's ready to go. Mouth open, wings down, pushing air. Just, yeah, looks almost like he's gonna like reach out and grab him almost. But yeah, there's a lot of tension in this shot.
I think it's more of like a group. That's the Infernalravager and of course the Flamestalker in the background. The Flamestalker may look like that he's trying to attack, but I think there's something different going on. Instead of attacking, the Flamestalker may be playing. As it could be very clear that they could be playing or they could be just flying together.
Well, I noticed that if you look in the Flamestalker's mouth, you can see saliva in there. So it's looking like he might be hungry. And he's probably just found this Infernalravager and just going, yep, cool, that's lunch. And he's now chasing him and trying to eat him maybe. Because it seems to be some sort of like a bit of a size difference. So the Flamestalker might be a little bit bigger. So if the Flamestalker is an adult, then it could be possible that the Infernalravager is a juvenile and is just looking for the Flamestalker is looking for an easy meal.
Just that both of these dragons seem to be looking more towards the ground, at least from my perspective. Granted, my glasses are really dirty right now, so I can't tell for sure. But it almost looks like they're circling around something that they're trying to attack, like maybe Pookie. The Sandslayer worm.
Looking at it, I noticed how high they were up in the clouds, and maybe perhaps there was something that they launched off of. Yeah, looking at them, they're pretty high up, so maybe we'll get more stamina for a bigger map.
We definitely have the Magma Elemental here. Possibly, he seems like, with the motion blur, seems like he's going forward, possibly stepping up to survey his land. You know, what's out there? What can I go get? Or I'm thinking that he's thinking that he's hungry, needs to eat some dragons, needs to power up. But there's not too much seen of him in the shot. But we'll have to wait and see what they release in the trailer.
Yeah, I'm noticing a lot of burnt out land, like this might be the top of a volcano or something like that. Or a part of the map where lava has previously run down and burnt everything out, which would probably be where the magma elementals are living. But yeah, I did notice that dragon as well. I'm not sure, it depends on which way you're looking at it. So if you look at it like it's flying away from the camera, it could be a shadow scale flying away from the magma elemental. So it may have previously fought it, and now it's just watching it, this dragon fly away with its tail between its legs, sort of thing, feeling real victorious. Or if you look at it like it's flying across the screen, like the others said, it could be a Blitz Striker or an Infernalravager, or maybe a Flamestalker, and it could just be flying past right at the edge of the Magma Elemental's territory, and then the Magma Elemental is probably looking at it like, yeah, that's something I could probably hunt, or keeping an eye on it, making sure it doesn't encroach on its land.
So if you look on the ground in the background, you can see like little tiny volcanoes and lava and stuff. So there may be smaller eruptions that you may have to dodge if they happen while you're flying. You might have to dodge them, and they might light you on fire if you're not enough fire resistant. It looks to be a Flamestalker by the size of its wings.
So bear with me for a second, because I have a theory here. I haven't seen the trailer, obviously, except for a tiny little fraction of it. The thing that I'm thinking is that they might be trying to take a little bit out of the webcomic for the trailer and put a little bit of it into a visual representation. If y'all don't know, the official webcomic is on Webtoon now for free. So if anybody wants to read that, that's a thing. It's got the lore. There's not too much of it out yet, but they've been releasing a new update every few weeks. So, and I've been keeping up with that. And this looks like the Lava Lands area where the comic starts out in. So I would venture a guess that they might be kind of aiming that direction with the trailer too, which would be really cool if they had lore in the trailer. and it wasn't just visual coolness.
Yeah. And something I wanted to point out is the background. If you look behind all the mountains and stuff at that line, it's pretty flat. So that might just be the background, but it could also be the ocean, and perhaps we're near the coast or we're on an island. So I definitely think that's a blitz striker in the air. It has no arms if you zoom in.
Many people have seen the exact same pictures, and many people have many different theories. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. And if you like videos like this, don't forget to leave a like and maybe even consider subscribing. Until next time, remember to
Be
Be
awesome.
awesome.
and I'll catch you on the next one. Later, players.